going to share how you can sell on LinkedIn without the ick. But, oh, I love it. Norway is calling. I'm in Dublin. Where is everybody today? I always love hearing where different people are. So tell me where you are today in the chat. That would be awesome. Let me see. Where is everybody? Where are we in the world? Bristol here. Hello, Bristol. I feel like I'm on the Eurovision. Hello, Newmarket, Suffolk. It's Ireland calling. What are your points for the French entry? North Yorkshire, awesome. And in Dublin, I've got another Dubliner. Amazing. Hey, Stephen, great. Okay, well, get comfy, hydrate. We're going to have a bit of crack and you're going to learn something about LinkedIn. So it should be, if I do say so myself, this is going to be good. Okay. So, okay, people coming in. Awesome. Okay, that's great. Welcome everyone. Please feel free to introduce yourselves. And hey, we're networking, right? So tell everybody what you do in the chat. Let's get like how you sell on LinkedIn, how you sell in one of Elaine's webinars. It's like, just say who you are, like, and what you do. Come on, let's get going here. Okay, right. I'm going to share my screen, and I am going to get going. Okay, awesome. All righty. So scrolly backy to the beginning, that would be handy, wouldn't it? You know, I'm a consummate professional. Right, how to sell on LinkedIn without the ick. So tell me in the chat, like, would anybody like to speak on the main stage of a conference? Tell me in the chat, would that appeal to you? What kind of opportunities are you looking for on LinkedIn? So tell me in the chat, what kind of opportunities are you looking for on LinkedIn? Because that last year, as I was on holidays in the lovely county of Wexford with my daughter, Shifra, who has additional needs, for anybody who doesn't know. She has Down syndrome, she is 6, and she's obsessed with the Gruffalo, okay? And while I was in Wexford with her, literally in a ferry walk there, if anybody knows it, just outside Blackwater, standing beside the Gruffalo, little did I know, actually I'll take share off. Little did I know that opportunity was coming. Okay, so opportunity was coming to me. And when I got back home to Dublin and I opened up my LinkedIn, there was an invitation to speak at a digital conference, and I did nothing. I did nothing for that invitation. I just had a really great LinkedIn profile. And that's the kind of opportunities that can happen for you if you get your profile right. So tell me in the chat, finding coaching clients. So tell me in the chat, what are you trying to achieve on LinkedIn? Tell me, why are you there? And if you're not there, why are you thinking of being there? Because what I want to share with you today is that it's possible, okay? So I presented to a room full of C-suite executives, all about content that converts. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't asking for that. That all happened because I just put myself out there, not going, hey, I want some speaking gigs, but just I had a decent profile, okay? And what has happened since then is, even if you go and you look at my profile yesterday, Peter reached out to me to do a blog, to do a podcast all about the five minutes of my presentation. So to talk to him about what I presented last year and to cover it in 5 minutes. So opportunities can really come about in an amazing way on LinkedIn if you've got it right. Okay, so let's start helping you on your journey to getting it right today. Okay. Awesome. Okay, cool. Right. into it we go. Okay, tell me if this sounds familiar to you. You want to get in the right rooms. You want to have opportunities pop into your DMs instead of those icky sales pitches that just come in like 2 seconds after you've connected. No, stop doing that if you're doing it, okay? And you want to grow your business using LinkedIn. So tell me in the chat if you're like, hell yes, tell me in the chat. Tell me which one you want. Like, is it right rooms? Is it opportunities? Is it just you want to grow your visibility and your business using LinkedIn? So tell me in the chat if it's any of those, or have I missed one? If I've missed one, tell me what it is. Okay. Maybe you want those things, okay? Maybe you want those things, but you're not 100% sure how to get LinkedIn to work. Let me know if that is familiar to you. Let me know if that is familiar to you. So let me just open the chat over here so I can have a peek from time to time. Okay, let me know. Grow visibility. Yeah, cool. Grow visibility, grow visibility. Yeah. Okay, cool. Tell me in the chat, this came up. I interviewed 20 coaches and service-based businesses last year, at the beginning of last year. This came up a lot, which was that people were a little embarrassed because they had come onto LinkedIn, but they used to be in a corporate career. They were corporate escapees. And they used to be in a corporate career and they just were like, oh God, this is embarrassing. I don't know what to say now. If that is you, don't let someone else's opinion stop you from having an amazing business and life, okay? And it's okay to be there. I've been there, okay? Sometimes I revisit it every so often, okay? Maybe you just don't know how to be yourself and get results. And that kind of ties into the last point, really, doesn't it? Well, listen, don't worry about it. I got you. Okay? So you're going to know by the end of this what to do, all right? Okay, so a little bit about me. So to anyone who missed the beginning, I forgive you. I'm always late to everything, to be honest. And there will be a replay. I'm a special needs mum. I actually hate that term, but you know that when there's a term that everybody uses, and like, so if you don't use that term, then people are like, what's she talking about? So you kind of have to use it. That's what that is for me. So yeah, my daughter has additional needs. That's what we prefer to say, because let's face it, like what people who have additional needs need is not that special, okay? Just to be included and respected. But yeah, I'm a special needs mum, and I worked in advertising for many moons, like over 25 years. What else do you need to know about me? I do love the sea. I am a Cancerian, so I'm a bit of a crab. Like, honestly, I love the sea so much. Love to travel, although I haven't, since I've had my daughter, really that much. Love live music. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see that, oh God, I love a good gig. I was at Depeche Mode there last week, and I'm looking forward to Pink in June. And I'm actually a bit devo because Pearl Jam is the next night, and I'm like, oh, could I get a ticket? And could I get a babysitter? Any volunteers? So, because I would love to see Pearl Jam live again, you know? I used to work in agencies. I'll share all the big clients I worked on now in a minute. And these days, I'm a content marketing strategist and coach. So I'm here to show you how to find more clients on LinkedIn. That's what I do, okay? And I promise you, you will be able to take action after today. I know that Kim, who used to network with me in Wibbon, after one of my trainings, she gained 2 clients. She just did what I said. She gained 2 clients. So, well, that can happen for you. If it does, make sure you tell me. And yes, it's true. I've been helping businesses large and small to grow since the 90s. So, that's a long time. I've planned ad campaigns for the big guys. So Colgate, L'Oreal, Mondelez. And Mondelez, I won a gold actually for the content project that I ran, where we brought a journalist out to Colombia, an Irish Times journalist, and it was all for Kenco, which ran a campaign called Coffee and Gangs. Campaign, I say, it's a project, you know, where they employ people who have been in gangs into the coffee fields, and they start their career that way. So it was fascinating, and as the journalist attested, slightly ropey. But you know, these things are, if they're any good, you know. What else have I worked on? Loads. Fall to Ireland, which for anyone who's outside Ireland is like our tourist board for like national tourism. So not like saying come to Ireland, that's Tourism Ireland, but Fall to Ireland is all about asking people to stay at home and holiday. Okay, so lots there, lots of experience to draw on and to help you. But to be honest with you, my passion, or my gra, as we say, asgailga in Irish, is my small to medium business clients. And they get my brain, my love, my passion to help them to get results. And they get loads of results. I'm just off the call, actually, from one of my clients. She's based in Florida. She just has finished my LinkedIn to Leads group program. And we were just laughing so much. I told her I had to get going because otherwise I was just going to not be able to smile on this call. And so she has grown her business so much. And I work with lots of different kinds of people too. So I work with people who are in training, people who are witches, shamans, money breakthrough coaches. The particular lady who's in Florida, she attracts investors to invest in hotels. So she basically helps people to build out hotels. So she has worked with me in LinkedIn to Leads, and I'm going to talk to you a bit about later. Okay, so that's who I work with these days. Okay, now on we go. Now I'm going to be real with you, right? Because like I say, I want you to actually get something decent from this. This isn't going to be some bullshit training where you don't get anything and you just get sold to. I am going to sell. Because why are we here if I'm not going to sell, right? But I want you to really learn, okay? I want you to contact me next week and go, Elaine, thank you. I've done it. I've sorted that out and you were right. I love being told I'm right, you know, eldest child. What can I say? Confession time. I've been using LinkedIn for 10 years. It didn't always work, okay? Didn't always work. So what I want you to think about today is, before I actually decide to change my headline and work on my about section, have I got the pieces of the puzzle right yet? Because if I'm honest with you, success starts before you log into LinkedIn, okay? And the first step is clarity, all right? And you might think you have clarity. But if I look at your profile, that better be right, okay? 10 years ago, I was the client service director of an award-winning digital agency. We had goals coming out the yin yang. We were so successful. However, I struggled to find clients on LinkedIn for that company. And why? I'll tell you why. We kept changing our bloody positioning. 1 minute, my boss was like, oh, Elaine, okay, it's all about data visualization. The next, it was like, no, bread and butter ads. It's like, I want you to sell ads. The next, it was like, oh, a content management strategy. That's what we do. I just couldn't. I didn't know what to share because, like, what did I share? Like, it was too different. I was going after different people. So that just made it far too challenging. And that's when I realized that, like, gold awards don't close clients. They just don't, okay? I had no clarity of what I needed to sell. I used all the available tools, okay? But, like, I just couldn't convert clients with no central message. So you have to have a central message. If you've got a muddy message, okay, then you've got an issue, all right? So I want you to think about that. I want you to consider that. And that power of connection, that being clear, that is so, so powerful. It really works. It really works for me, getting clarity and helping my clients achieve that. And then following up, like not with disingenuous claptrap, okay, but actually honest to God, like I want to get to know you and I want to help you. Like it's changed everything for me. It really has. And I wanted to change for you too. Doubling down on human to human connection, it matters, okay? So forget B2B. All right, B2B, old school. It's all about human to human. All right. As a result of doubling down on that human to human connection, my business continues to grow year on year. I'm having another one of my best years. Last year was also huge for me. Like, I'm growing, okay? And you can too, no matter what point you're at, okay? Clients are reaching out to me into my DMs. I'm also doing some work in that. So it's not just all incoming, it's also outreach. And I'm getting invitations to conferences, and so can you. And I'm working towards that freedom to help my daughter reach her potential and still earn the same. Okay. And that is why I'm not a six-figure consultancy advertising person anymore. Okay. So I want to ask you, are you an experienced coach with strong credentials and maybe the content that you've been producing just isn't converting? Okay. Are you a natural networker that is happy to reach out? So you're not shy about like, stepping into your power and reaching out. But maybe you just don't know how to. All right. So if that's you and you're nodding, cool, you're in the right place. Maybe you're a service-based business, all right, but you almost have too many clients, but maybe you need to get them to the next level in terms of budgets. Do you love using social media? If you do, you're my person, all right? Like being able to post is a good thing. If you're comfortable with that, great. But let me just say, you have to have time to set aside to respond to comments. So if you're nodding, then cool. The most important thing for me, for you, is if you're sick of the numbers game, all right? Tell me in the chat, does connection actually matter to you? Tell me in the chat, what do you think of the numbers game? If somebody says to you, oh, like you can be successful, but like it's all about the numbers, tell me, have they told you like in your past, oh, it's all about, when you're trying to meet a partner, you've got to kiss a number of frogs before you meet your prince. Not true, you know. If this resonates with what I'm saying to you, then you're in the right place, okay? I just have to tell you a quick story, a quick out scale. Yeah, gaming the algorithm. Whoa, back in the end of 2021, I had been running like a yoga business. Listen, when I had my daughter, I went off on a little path, all right. I grew a kids yoga business, then good old COVID. And what kept happening to me was people came to me going, Elaine, how are you doing that? How are you marketing your business, right? Anyway, I tried lots of different strategies to stay in business during the pandemic. And slowly but surely, I did come back to my passion. Thank God, say all of you and myself, can I just say. My husband is delighted because it's what I'm really good at, Anyway, I happened upon a coach who was a LinkedIn coach, and I was like, okay, cool. Actually, she's not a LinkedIn coach, but that was one of her products. So I went, okay, look, has anything changed in LinkedIn? Let me go back and see, could this work for me? So the end of 21, at the beginning of 22, I came back to LinkedIn, okay? And I rolled up my sleeves and I played her game, which was a numbers game. But actually, it was revolting. I just didn't like it, like it was all about like connect with this amount of people and, you know, copy and paste this, that, and the other. Like, I did get clients, you know, but I didn't like it, you know, it just wasn't sustainable and I didn't enjoy it at all. And this is exactly it. Stephen has just said in the chat, like, I have a lot of connections, which you do. But if you were doing business with a smaller amount, then yeah, like it would just be so much more powerful. Like when you're talking about high ticket, right? And that's what I believe in. So listen, stick around. If that's like you're going, yeah, then good, you're in the right place. I don't teach a numbers game because I find it vile. Okay. So now back to teaching more. Okay. All right. Because yeah, I'm sure you're like, no shit, Sherlock. Like she's gonna sell us something at the end. Yes, I am. So stick around, all right, because it's good, and I've got an amazing discount for people here today. All right. Full disclosure, who I do not work with in this container is I don't work with people who are at the very, very, very beginning, because they don't have clients to consult and they can't improve their messaging unless they are prepared to get out there and talk to people, to reach out to prospects, to ask questions. Like if that's not for you, then this is not for you. Okay. Also, easy way to make money fast. No, this is not your bag. Okay. What I teach doesn't make it can work really fast. I've had results in 4 hours. However, that's atypical. Okay. So it's not going to happen overnight, but it's doable if you're going to roll up your sleeves. Okay. Now let's get into the 3 things I'm going to teach you. All right. Okay. This is what I'm going to cover. I'm going to cover, as she sips her tea, how to create an easy sales system, how to create content that attracts your clients, and how to use LinkedIn to network. All right. Okay. First things first. Oh, sales systems are great. Tell me in the chat, does anybody have a system? Does anyone have? And a system it doesn't have to be complicated. All right. And it being a funnel can be you walking down the street, you looking in a window, you seeing a top you like, that's you at the top of the funnel. Then you're going into consideration when you enter the shop, picking it up. That's you going, okay, yep, I'm in the funnel now. They have my size, I like the color, and then going to the checkout, and then hopefully you do a good checkout. That's a funnel, okay? So let's come back to the top of the funnel because it is this easy on LinkedIn, all right? At the top of the funnel, people don't know you, or they kind of know you, but not really, okay? So on LinkedIn, if you want a funnel, like just an easy to follow, simple funnel, you start at the top where nobody really knows you, okay? Because when they search for you on Google, one of the first things that comes up is your LinkedIn profile, all right? So what I ask you is, are you focusing on the big results in your headline and in your profile and in your content, okay? Are you focusing on a really big result that they want to achieve that you can deliver? And I want you to take off your glasses if you wear them, give them a good polish, and put on your objective glasses. And I want you to look at your profile and honestly say, is that clear if I didn't know myself? Get somebody else to read it. Someone not family, okay, somebody objective. Get them to read it and say, oh, is that clear? Also, can I just share a little something with you? Come back to why you're doing things. Okay? Every so often, honestly, when I can be arsed, do some done for you business. Small, only with people I like, really not that often. Okay? Do I talk about that on LinkedIn? No. Why? Because I don't need to. If someone wants me to do done for you, they pick up the phone, they call me, they go, because this is how it happens. And they go, Elaine, listen, a friend of mine, she's doing a contract and she needs a digital person who's really reliable and needs to turn around something fast. Could you be arsed? Sure, give her my number. That's it. So you don't need everything you do in your LinkedIn profile. You need what you want to sell in your LinkedIn profile. Don't put everything that you do in because it'll just confuse the absolute Jesus out of people. All right. Just don't do it. Okay. I don't. So just think, what do I need in there? All right. And focus on that. Okay. All right. I want you to make sure that result is in your LinkedIn headline. Okay. That follows you around LinkedIn. Every time you comment on something, that's there. Okay. It's got to be in your about section, obviously, in a way that's digestible for your people, not in a curriculum vitae way, not in a, this is a list of achievements that I've had and, you know, like the things that I've studied. Get rid of that. Your about section is all about what's in it for your client. It's got to be on your banner as well, okay? So make it clear and focused that they can buy the result they want to achieve, okay? Okay, so hopefully that is clear. Yes to the system. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Now, like I say, think like a stranger, okay? So be honest. Tell me, honestly, tell me in the chat. Go on, tell me in the chat. Do you honestly believe that if somebody you never met before landed on your profile, is it clear what you offer? Go on, be brave. You can confess. You can say, yes, it is actually, Elaine, fair play to you. Maybe 2 and 3 will be relevant for you, okay? Good for you, Rachel. I actually agree. So I have seen Rachel's profile, so I agree, Rachel. Yes, kinda. Okay, great-ish. Great. Room for improvement. Great. Good awareness, okay? I want you to ask yourself, does everything about it draw them in closer to you? Do they feel seen? You know, is there a moment in your about section that they will go, oh God, yeah, that is what I'm struggling with? Or is it too listy? All right. And is it really easy for them to understand what the next step is? Okay. So oh, Tracy, that was not good. I love it though. I love it. I love it. So honestly, create a 5-star LinkedIn profile. Like just focus on what your clients want, you know? Want. Do you hear that? Not need, want. Okay. So if you've got an amazing framework, great, that's awesome. All right. But they may not realize that confidence is their issue. They may think their issue is followers. If their issue is followers, and you know, like Stephen and I know, followers doesn't count for a jack, right? That doesn't matter. They think they want followers. You've got to say what they want, remembering that you're honest and you give value and you've got credibility. You can't sell to somebody unless you can offer them what they want. When you're working with them, then you give them what they need. So yes, I'll help you with your followers. Yeah, I will actually, but anyway. But actually what you'll get from me is what you need, which is confidence, knowing how to communicate, you know, understanding how to connect, okay? Everybody on this call knows for a fact. Tell me actually, I bet you all know that your clients need something different. When you work with them, they get something different than they expect. I bet you they do, okay? Tell me in the chat, do they get something different? But you've got to sell something else on the outside, which is what they want, okay? Yeah, exactly, Lolita, exactly, all right? So, okay, let me share again. Yeah, listen, seriously, all right? Okay. Stay to the end. Leanne is going to help me with this and she's going to share a checklist and it's sensational if I do say so myself. All right, we're in. Number 2. Okay, we're in. Roll up the sleeves again. How to create content that attracts your future clients. Juicy. Now, some of you aren't going to want to hear this, but I've got to tell you the truth. It's not about you. Even though on LinkedIn, in many ways it is, because pictures of our beautiful faces actually do perform well on LinkedIn. However, all anybody wants to know is why you are for them and not the other way around, okay? So if they want to buy from you, then you need to figure out what words they're using to describe what you deliver. Okay? Before you need them to take action, you've got to figure out what those words are. And that will convert. That will be the key. Okay? You need to help your followers understand what you offer. So you need to use their language. So get rid of the jargon. Unless, so I worked in advertising. If I didn't use jargon, that would be silly, okay? I would have to use acronyms to be believable in that space. So I'd have to talk about CPMs and CPTs and flipping whatever, okay? Like, what else do they love talking about? Aspirational, like what a bullshit word, okay? So, okay, what about your clients? What words do they use? What jargon do they use? Like if you're a coach, like watch your coach speak, okay? Like for the love of God, don't be igniting bones, you know, like if you just want people to feel better in their body. Do you know what I mean? Like, so use what they use, okay? Show them that you have the answer to their problem and make sure to achieve that you talk to them. Do not guess, all right? So some different things about LinkedIn, which actually I have to say I adore, is that comments are content. Guess why? Because of what I told you earlier, your headline follows you around, okay? So comments are content because every time you comment something interesting, your headline is seen, you're seen on somebody else's content, okay? So, like, is it relevant? Are you just posting a load of like, that's great, great post. Stop it. You know, like, don't post unless it's actually interesting. And then, like, as in comment, and then, like, make it count, you know, come back to powerful connections and forgetting the numbers, all right? Sharing third-party articles, content. Oh, yeah. So, who is competitively adjacent to you or category adjacent? So, for example, category adjacent to me would be copywriters, okay? Because yes, I help people with their messaging, but I do it within the framework of LinkedIn, okay? I'm not a copywriter, although I do write some bloody good copy, okay? But I'm not a copywriter. So when I am sharing somebody else's post to help my clients understand how they can have better messaging, quite often it's a copywriter, okay? So what about you? Who is category adjacent to you? Photographers would be category adjacent to me. Like, so quite often I collaborate and partner with photographers because, again, showing people how to look and how to take a good photo also doesn't compete with me, but helps my clients, okay, helps my followers. So who is category adjacent to you, and you could share their content, okay, and then you'll get visibility. All right, photos of you really work well. Like, forget, like, good old Instagram has killed the old photo, but they work their socks off in LinkedIn. But make sure that it's relevant, okay? Remember, content's the bridge from their problem to you as their solution. So I like to look at it like this, okay? Excuse me, I like to look at it like this. So as I sup my tea, I'm just going to have a little homework break. Tell me in the chat, What results does your client really want? What results do they really want? Want. Want. What do they want? And what is the transformation you can help them with? Okay, because that should be in your content. All right, so there you go. To feel good, not specific enough. Okay, so get more specific. So, what transformation can you help them with? Please don't say you're a transformation coach. Everybody is. Make it more specific, okay? Be specific. Show them what they can get out of working with you in your content. Stress reduction, better. But what kind of stress reduction? Do you know? So yeah, just get really specific. Show them, and like, you know, by all means, tag me in. Like if your next post on LinkedIn, just tag me in, okay? And say to me, hey Elaine, you know, what do you think of this? You know, tag me in. So if it's stress relief, can you show them like what they could achieve if they weren't so stressed, if they weren't all caught up in their doing brain and they were tapped into their subconscious and they were enjoying their life? Like what could they achieve, you know? And I bet you it would be powerful, okay? And that lets people who identify as being stressed see, oh God, okay, there's a way out of this, all right? So to sum up this one, use your client's words, like use your client's words. Yeah, Rachel, that's good, you know? So Rachel has said, I'm just going to go back to this. Rachel has done her homework. She may have done her homework with somebody else, but basically she has said they want their podcast published. The transformation is that they get a podcast to help grow their business without having the stress and overwhelm of learning how to edit or work out podcast platforms. Yeah. So then that's what you've got to post about, okay? And not just in podcast, but also in visuals, okay? All right. So use your client's words, okay? So ditch that jargon, like I said, unless they use it, and stop trying to be clever, all right, in your messaging, like putting X, Y, and Z into bin 101. Like sometimes people haven't seen that show, it's an English show. So you just be careful of the analogies you use. Make them like really strongly connected to what you actually do. So clear will work way better, okay? And just what I want you to think about is, are you showing them why they should buy, or are you just selling at them? All right. I want you to look deep inside and answer that question. Okay, so what is in it for them? That's what I want you to think about, right? Not what's in it for you. And listen, can I just give you a by the way? Like, I do laugh at posts I used to send at the beginning of my journey because, like, I was in marketing on the media side of the business. So, like, Colgate would give me like $5 million and say, okay, these are the products we need to support. How should we spend that money? That's what I did, you know. So this has been a journey for me too. And in a way, that's kind of what I'm really proud of. I'm not just one of these like ad consultants that come out and to work with SMBs and haven't actually done it themselves. Like I have learned all of this since I had Chiefra in 2017. So I have posted some really crap posts that were completely self-interested, all right, and just without emotion. And I saw that they did not, they did not work. They were dreadful. Okay. So, like, I'm not like some whiz bang copywriter or some amazing designer. Okay. No. And that's why I can really help people because I'm just maybe a few steps ahead of you. All right. So, and as a coach, I know where you need to be. All right. So I used to say stuff like, oh, I'm just posting this out to my client. Sure, they didn't care. There was no emotion in that, or this is the date of my whatever. Who cares, Elaine? Nobody cares, right? Like, so my mum can't understand what I do. She doesn't even care, right? So think about it. What's in it for them? All right. Number 3, how to network on LinkedIn. Okay. This is obvious. All right. This is obvious. Act like you would in real life. Honest to God. I think that sometimes in the digital space, we feel uncomfortable. Tell me in the chat, do you feel uncomfortable on social media? I'm going to tell you what I did yesterday and today. I have been to an event at the beginning of February. And listen, just a few things happened. Chifa was sick. There was a family bereavement. Just shit happened. Okay. So it wasn't great at reaching out to people. Okay. But then I was like, oh God, I really got to get out there and get back on my game again. So I went to I had been at the Mansion House and I went and I picked up the list and went, okay, Elaine, honestly, the day of Bridget's Day, I was actually going to the removal. So I couldn't really be my usual, like, take loads of photos self. I just wasn't in the form. But I was like, okay, like, just be honest, just go and act like a human and pick up that list and just go, hey, I didn't get chatting to you, but I'd love to connect here. So I went through the list and I found people on LinkedIn that I wanted to connect with and I reached out to them and I connected with them. And then this morning I went, okay, I've got half an hour. I'm going to just reach out and just say, hey, thanks so much for connecting with me, for whoever said yes. And just go, like, it's great to be connected here. And it's that easy. Because if you met somebody in person, you'd be like, hey, hey, Declan, how's it going? Nice to meet you. You wouldn't ignore them. If you met Paul, you'd be like, oh, Paul, go on, tell us what you do, you have to be yourself, you have to reach out and just go, hey, thanks so much for connecting with me. And sometimes I tell them, I go, listen, quite often this is what I post about. And like in posting, sometimes I may miss what you are really interested in. So let me know if there's something you'd like to hear about. And I say to them, I actually have a content workbook. If you want it, just let me know. And I don't give it to them because in a normal conversation, I wouldn't say, hey, Dee, would you like this? And then without waiting for a response, throw something at her. I'd wait until Dee said, oh yeah, or no, listen, Elaine, I'm grand. Right? So come on, just think like that on social, all right? Okay. Okay. So, like, you can connect with people. Like, and you don't need to have actually met them in person. You can look for them, or you can look for their job titles, or somebody you knew before, see where they are now, connect with them, find people that you have something in common with, connect with them. What will they say? It's like, going back to the 90s when we, like, those poor men used to ask us up to dance. You can say no, you can say yes. They don't know. It's the same deal, okay? So there's no harm in it, all right? Listen to what people are saying on LinkedIn and what they need. Just show up, pay attention, and like in your content, show them how they can improve their lives in a way that makes sense to them, okay? If they comment, like, or follow, talk to them. They're the people who are actually interested in you. Jesus, would you ignore, if you had a shop, like, and you were standing in a shop, like, are you the person who is like, I don't know why I'm not, there's the till is empty. Meanwhile, you're behind a newspaper. No, like you wouldn't. You'd be like, oh, hey, how can I help you? So it's the same in social media, all right? Don't ignore them. Go follow them. Go interact with them. Decide, look at their profile, go, oh yeah, this could be a person I'd be interested in working with, or just even getting to know, all right? So it's like any other relationship. Find out what you have in common, share contact to attract attention, go interact with others on their content, and reach out in a gradual, non-pushy way, okay? So use your network. Mention people that you work with in your content. Share recommendations of people that you work with, you know, that access their network. Reach into the DMs to add value before you sell, okay? So treat LinkedIn like networking and reach out in a gradual way, okay? So stay to the end. I've got a DM swipe file for you that comes with the tutorial that Leanne is going to share at the end after our Q&A, okay? So now what? All right, she takes us up. So tell me in the chat, what is the biggest block that you think is stopping you from getting the clients that you want on LinkedIn? So some people at the top said it was visibility. Tell me in the chat, what is it? Let me have a quick scrolly bolly and see what people said. Okay, so visibility, growing, expand the network. Okay. Yeah, looking for opportunities for coaching clients to find you on LinkedIn. Okay, cool. What else? Tell me what's stopping you. What's the block? Like, is it that you don't know how to show up? Is it that you don't know what to post? Is it that you feel you don't have enough connections? Tell me in the chat, okay, product service is not ready yet. That's okay. That's fine. Yeah. Tell me in the chat, what else is it? Okay, like, but LinkedIn can be a great place to get advice about your products and services. Okay, fear of posting something stupid, yeah, sure, but like, listen, most people won't see it unless you absolutely you know, you've got to start something. Find posting hard. Okay, cool. Not having enough connections. Listen, I was the same, Declan, you know. I know that you won't believe that I had lots of connections, but in 2021 stroke 22, when I started to really go, right, feck this for a laugh, I'm going to show people how to market their business, which was my first. I didn't specialize in LinkedIn until last year, actually. So it was more of a generic offer in 2022. I only had one coaching client in my network of 1,500. So I had one. So I was the same, lack of time. Yeah, okay, not converting likes to paying clients. Yeah, okay, so your content isn't working then. All right. Okay. If you want to sign up more clients and to use LinkedIn to take the right actions at the right time and find clients with more ease and confidence, then hang around, okay? So no more, I don't know, following advice that's not working. Like, that's one of my clients, Grace. She was 9 months in business when we started working together, and she just found that everybody was giving her different advice and she just didn't know what to follow. And so she was just procrastinating then. And that is not going to happen when you work with me, because I'll tell you what to do. Or maybe posting on too many platforms. So by the sounds of it, Lolita is a bit overwhelmed and doesn't have a lot of time. Maybe you're wondering, are the right people even on my connection list, or if you have a list, maybe they're not right, you know? So what I want you to imagine is in 4 months knowing what to do. Wouldn't that be nice, you know, and having 4 months of asking somebody for their advice to attract opportunities that's going to grow your business, all right? So should have some streamers. LinkedIn deletes. My next live 16-week group coaching program is open. I just finished delivering the last cohort on the 6th of February. So the next one's going to start on the 6th of March. Look at me giving myself a holiday. Okay. In it, this is my framework. This is exactly what I say. Do not put this in your content, right? Talk to people about it, because this is my framework where I help people get clarity to really be able to communicate in a way that sells. So not like, you know, Rachel was saying, oh, the converting thing is the issue, okay? Or Lisa was like, it's not converting to paying clients, okay? So that's what I work on with people. And the confidence to go, okay, no, when I post, it's going to be good. Like, and, you know, and the confidence to go, no one liked it, it's still good. So that happens to me, you know? And then that connection, like knowing what actions to take to make better connections. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it if that's okay. It is detailed with the right amount of detail. So there's 4 phases. The first one is getting that profile right. Because I know that even if you take your glasses, your stranger glasses, and you look at your profile, you possibly won't get it right still, okay? But with me, yeah, I will help you sort out your niche and to get specific about the results that you can achieve, sort out your LinkedIn headline, and sort out your about section so that it speaks to your ideal client and not to yourself or what you think is your ideal client. Number 2 is all about what you were talking about there, in terms of content strategy, creating content that connects to your ideal client, and how to plan shareable weekly content with ease. And then Q&A sessions where you literally bring what you're struggling with or your posts and go, this is what I want to post, but Elaine, what do you think about like how I'm framing it? Okay, so that you don't have to feel that it's not going to work, okay? Because you've got me there with you on Zoom with the other people. And by the way, there'll only be a maximum of 20 people in the group. And I like to keep it small because I'm nosy and I like to get to know people's businesses. Number 3 is all about this, what we're talking about, sparking up those conversations. So we talk about getting visible, okay, and how to do that. And I help people to improve what they're posting just by telling them, stop taking the back of people's heads, get into photos with them, all that kind of stuff. I look at people's posts and say, no, this would have worked better if you did it this. That's why I keep it small, so that I can stalk people on LinkedIn and give them tips. How to share with IDEIC, how to create a connection. So there is loads, okay? And number 4, because I don't go, oh, here you go, learn how to do the marketing and then toodaloo. No, I help people to learn how to sell, so that they can showcase their solutions with the LinkedIn event. So if you want to learn how to do a webinar, that's what I show you, okay? I talk through like discovery call success so that you don't anymore go to do a call and then go, oh, like, why didn't that work? There's loads, okay? Swipe files, tech tutorials, live calls, and there's also a private LinkedIn group so that you can ask the questions that you need, all right? Now, in addition, someone was like, oh, I don't know whether I have enough connections. I have 4 bonus courses that go with the group program so that like if you bought today, you would have immediate access to these and you could start. You wouldn't have to wait until the 6th of March, okay? So I've got this course, Build Connections on LinkedIn with Confidence. I have this course, The Real Me Wins Clients with Ease on LinkedIn. So one of my clients is a money breakthrough coach. And as she said, and I'll be sharing her video, like she has blue hair, you know, like, so she's like, oh, I don't know, should I be on LinkedIn? But she just felt much more comfortable after doing this course with me, okay, in this program. Maybe you're like, oh, I don't know, I need to share something, but I don't know what to share. I have a bonus course that is all about growing your list and exactly how to create a lead magnet. And it gives you templates that you can use, okay? And I have a supplementary course in addition to the actual phase where we go through it. If you want to get ahead of the pack and actually start working on your sales course success. So this is everything that you get. And the regular price is 1,597. It is nearly 10 grand of value. So it is phenomenal. The Zoom courses, calls, the lifetime access to the replayed calls, tutorials, and the material. There's recorded feedback of your profile. There is just so much. But today, what I'm doing is I'm doing 2 things. To people here with me and people who watch the replay, I am giving this price, so 1,397, and until 5 p.m. tomorrow, anyone who buys will get a one-to-one session with me where we will go through your LinkedIn profile in a consultation, okay? So that is worth €500, okay? So I have to ask you, how many clients do you need to sell to do that? Like 4 clients at 350, So like, does anybody sell stuff at 350? 2 clients at 700. One client, 1400. I'll never forget last time I opened Brenda who bought, she was just like, oh, it's a no-brainer. It's for nothing, you know? And bless her, we're still working together, you know? So in addition, I give 100% money back guarantee. So let's say you buy now, you get all the discounts and everything. And then next week you're like, oh no. Then you just need to email me within 7 days and you'll get a full refund, no questions asked. Okay. So, you know, that is there just to take that risk away. The program starts on the 6th of March at 2 p.m. and it runs for 16 weeks. And afterwards, you get continued coaching and support in the LinkedIn group and lifetime access to the curriculum. Okay. It may be too advanced for a newbie. If you've been in business before, fine. But someone who just doesn't know how to interact with clients, no, it's going to be, it's not right for you. You don't need to have Sales Navigator or to run ads. And listen, one of my clients has ADHD, so she missed some calls. It didn't matter, you know. So the calls will be recorded and you have access to them for as long as you want. Okay. So, and you have access to me in the private LinkedIn group. So anything that you miss in the call, you can go over to the group and say, hey, Elaine, you were talking about like connecting in this way, like this is my connection message. What do you think? Okay. So here we go. Okay. So this is, I'm just after realizing that I didn't, I don't actually have the link for this, but I can get it in 2 seconds. But you can scan that and you can get access to that deal. As I say, it is literally just here. And it's only available until tomorrow. Okay, so then it's going back up to 1597. All right. So scan that with your phone. You literally just point your camera at the screen and it should open to a web address. Okay. Perfect. That is the actual I was going to say the sales page. Let me just put that in the chat if you want to save it till later to just look at all the juice. Okay. Let me just grab the webinar code for you and I'll put that in the chat. There you go. Okay. And that's it. Okay. So keep an eye on your inbox to grab your goodies. I'm going to be sharing the LinkedIn to Leads checklist and the DM script with tutorial, but I'm going to have something else for you tomorrow where I'm going to share another resource. So make sure that you're getting emails from Elaine at ElaineWalsh-McGrath.com. And yeah, let's do this. Okay, let's work together. I can certainly help you to grow your business, to help you get that visibility that you need. No problem, Rachel. Leanne has actually just dropped the swipe file to the DMs, the DM swipe file in the chat if you want to grab it. For people who have gone, I'm going to include it in the email. Grab that deal while you can. I definitely recommend it. If you follow me, you will be seeing Alex talking about how she is growing her business on LinkedIn, and Brenda, different people, business coaches, and also Viv, who's an accountant. So she said after working with me that she knew exactly what she had to do. So if you've any questions, I'm going to stop share, and by all means, I can answer any questions. I'm going to